Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Luka in the lights. Coop in the city. Mavs. Lakers. We live with it.
Damn,
Turn me
son,
up.
where'd you find this?
Luka in LA. Lights too bright. Coop in Dallas. Blue Star night. TGK live at a tap in right. We talk that game till the numbers look nice. Luka in LA. Lights too bright. Coop in Dallas. Blue Star night. TGK live at a tap in right. From the logo to the block, we outside tonight. I came from the chat with the takes on fire. One mic, one screen, whole stream go high. Purple and gold, got the city on watch. Dallas got Coop in the timeline shot. Luka got the handle, got the cord on strings. Hollywood lights, but we talk real things. Did they build him a squad or just give him names? TGK break it down, no fake hot takes. Mavs on reset, but the future got flash. Coop in the blue, better guard that cash. Draft board, cap space, contracts too. I'm reading every move like I'm courtside view. From the curb to the court, from the chat to the street. Everybody gotta take when the baseline beat. Lakers, Mavs, yeah, the offseason loud. TGK going live, better tell the whole crowd. Hey now, say now, who got next? Luka got pressure, who got checks? TGK live with the full breakdown. Move by move, we gon' talk that now. Hey now, say now, who got next? Luka got pressure, who got checks? TGK live with the full breakdown. Turn that stream up, let the check get loud. Clap, clap, let the beat breathe. LA lights in the D-Town dreams. Clap, clap, let the crowd lean. TGK got the whole stream clean. Trade talk, draft board, free agent buzz. Cap sheet crazy, tell me who you trust. One move, two moves, front office chest. I'm on the mic asking. Luka, Lakers, lights on me. Cooper, Mavs, this must see TV. TGK, yeah, we run that feed. Tap in live if you talk NBA. Luka, Lakers, lights on me. Cooper, Mavs, this must see TV. TGK, yeah, we run that feed. From Dallas to LA, everybody say. Now hold up, run it back. Who won the night when the contract stacked? Who got better? Who just got names? Who built a roster that can win real games? Crowd say TG, I say K. Luka in gold, Coop in that gray. Mavs got hope, Lakers got heat. Now drop that bass and bring back the beat. Hey, TGK. We talk that game till the numbers look nice. Hey, hey now, say now, who got next? Luka got pressure, who got checks? TGK live with the full breakdown. Turn that stream up, let the check get loud. Luka. TGK, yeah, we run that feed. From Dallas to LA, everybody say hey.
Well, what's up, everybody? It's been a freaking minute. It has been a minute since we have been live. I got to make sure all this stuff sounds good. And I think it does. All right, man. How y'all doing, man? It's your boy, TGK. It's been a long time since I've streamed since the draft, right? But even before then, a long stream has been overdue on the channel. And again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me, tuning in here tonight. For those that do, again, appreciate y'all very much. And I'm looking forward to talking about everything that has gone on in the offseason between the Mavericks and the Lakers, because as you know, I'm still going to support Luka. And I like what the Mavericks have done with Masai Ujiri, and I'm liking what they're doing, and I'm like, I'm there. But again, this is the offseason show. This is presented by PrizePicks. Again, you can use code HMA in the link in the description. And when you play your first $5 lineup, you get $50 in lineups in return. Now, where should we start, y'all? Where should we start? A lot has been said, obviously. A lot of transactions have been done. The Lakers had a massive offseason to come up with something and do something to build some kind of roster around Luka Doncic. And spoiler alert, I kind of love what they did. I loved what they did very much. When it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, I I'd be remiss, or I'd be shocked to not say I didn't like what they did. I actually liked what they did, and I actually think the Mavericks are damn near a play-in basketball team, potentially a playoff team. Just depends how it goes, right? Because we're talking about year 2 Cooper Flag. We're talking about Kyrie returning from an injury. We're talking about D-Live returning from an injury. But I think there's a roster there that could be good enough to beat up on the bad teams and get a couple of wins here and there against the good teams and put themselves in position to possibly be a play-in team. Again, that is my thought process. And early on in the chat with the homies, with Marcel and them and the TGK group chat on Twitter, we have different perspectives to say the least, for sure. Now, I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Like, who should we talk about first? Who should we talk about first? Mavs. Again, for the Mavericks, home team, rocking with Cooper. For the Lakers, it's Luka Doncic, and I'm just so invested in being able to see Luka Doncic continue to dominate the league and hopefully win a championship one day. So I'm gonna let the chat decide who we are going to go over the offseason stuff with first, as I prep all this stuff in preparation. Go up here, then get this over here. It's been a minute, Chad. It's been a minute, so yeah, bear with me as I get everything back in order. We'll be damn, I just noticed this light is bright as hell. This light is bright as hell. There we go. I do want to say that I will be relocating to a new apartment here within the next couple of weeks. So the background that you see now would not be the background that exists later on. I'll just tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? It will not exist in the near future. It's just sad. Hold on, chat. Hold on. There. Is this it? No. Okay, there we go. All right. So right now we got one vote for the Lakers. All right. I guess we'll end it there on the one vote. We'll start with the Lakers, and then we'll get into the Mavs. I see the homie Daniel Barry in the building. What's up, Daniel Barry? What's up, brother? He says, happy Thursday. Hello, peoples. The homie Jubacabra in the building, and he has a hot take. He says that everyone and their mama should be on peptides. Oh my God. Let's not influence that unless we got a link to share. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm gonna set this up. Let me set this up. Okay. All right, man. Sometimes I have the sound too loud in the background and I can barely hear my own thoughts and stuff like that. So first things first with the Lakers, obviously they officially moved into the post LeBron era. LeBron informed the Lakers that he would not be returning. And that decision still, he has not made a decision on which team he's going to go to. So that's still up in the air, right? Like, who knows where he's going? If it were me, if I were to make just a quick suggestion for LeBron James, he should 1,000%. Now I'm talking 1,000%. Go to Minnesota. I know they're going to tell him the Philadelphia 76ers, and I can understand that. I see that. I see the lore behind it. And I'm not mad at it, actually. But something about the Timberwolves, just probably LaMelo, Ant-Man, Rudy Gobert, like it's I don't know. It's like LeBron could just seamlessly just be a part of that team and it'll work. What's up, T2K? What's up, brother? What's up? Again, the one of the main things that the Lakers did, obviously they retained Austin Reeves. They traded for Walker Kessler. They got Quentin Grimes. They got Sandro Mamukelashvili. Colin Sexton. What? Jaden Hardy, Kevon Looney, they just signed him recently. And they obviously drafted Cameron Carr, which he has quite a bit of upside. DeAndre Ayton was traded to Washington. Rui Hachimura left to the Clippers. Luke Kennard to the Suns. Marcus Smart to the Rockets. Jackson Hayes to the Jazz. And then the Lakers traded a couple of picks and some swaps to be able to get Walker Kessler. Let's see where we at. Let me pull this up over here. All right, here. Okay, so draft night, the Lakers got Cameron Carr, and they had got Sergio de la Rea, but I think he went to Dallas, which we'll get into that later. Obviously, Reeves declined his option, and then he got a 4 years, $185 million deal, with the final year being a player option. And I know there was a lot of criticism behind that deal, but it's like, I understand why it was made. I'm pretty sure Luka had some influence behind that. Luka wanted to keep his buddy there, but also have a number 2 with him to help him run the offense. And now, depending on how Austin Reeves performs in the playoffs, that is completely up to him, right? You cannot believe in him or believe in him, but what he could do during the regular season as being another player that could help facilitate. Austin Reeves, I wouldn't say is worth the entire $41 million. I would have thought he would have like at that 30 range, somewhere around there. But the full 40 is like, oh well, that's just the cost of doing business, especially when the Detroit Pistons were right there, trying to get him. So I wasn't too mad at that. LeBron moves on, right? So they removed his major bird right cap hold. So enabling them to make some moves Laker-wise. Luke Kennard leaves the Phoenix. Marcus Smart leaves the Houston. Jackson Hayes to Utah. And Rui Hachimura to the Clippers. Here's the thing about that. Now, before we get into the acquisitions that the Lakers have made, when you think of Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, Jackson Hayes, and Rui, a lot of them, maybe not Kennard. Kennard showed you a little bit of ability to be a multi-dimensional type player, but for the most part, these other guys are pretty one-dimensional. Marcus Smart, an amazing IQ defensive player. His offensive skill set is, not as good as it used to be. He could do it though, but in like little spurts. Jackson Hayes, he was a great lob threat for Luka, but it would have been nice to keep him for sure. Rui Hachimura, great shooter, great pull-up midi from the free throw line. And decent defense here and there. Just sometimes he lacks some situational awareness, getting rebounds, knowing where he's at. But again, Luke Kennard, great three-point shooter, consistent. But really in the Luka offense, that's about as much as he can give you. He can pull up. He can do he can have a 10 assist game in the playoffs like he did. But for the most part, I don't see any of these players lighting anybody up. Maybe besides Luke Kennard. And Rui if he's getting a bunch of wide open threes. Again, the Lakers, they signed and traded for Walker Kessler. They ended up trading their 2031 and 2033 unprotected first, plus a 2028 and a 2030 first round swaps. Let me read this comment right quick. Prediction: Lakers versus 76ers 2027 finals. Luka will get his rematch against his kryptonite, JB. Embiid will finally prove himself and make it out the East. Luka will win finals MVP 35, 6, and 7, 48% from the field, 36% from 3. Chupacabra, if that happens, bro. That'd be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. That would be pretty amazing if I do say so. T2K says I'm overseas in South Korea. What? Salute to South Korea, man. Salute to South Korea. I gotta check something out real quick. I'm gonna get back into all the stuffs here, okay? What? It's crazy that chat does not populate on my desktop. Of all things. My friend's chat on Twitter does not populate on here. It's crazy. What the hell is this? Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back over here. Sylvester. Now is not the time, buddy. Now is not the time. Okay, so they got Walker Kessler. And there's been so much debate whether that is a great move for the Lakers. Now, I understand that he only played in 5 games last season. I understand that people don't think he's a lob threat. People don't think he's this and that. People don't think he's a top 12 center. I think he's a top 12 center in the league. But people thought like, oh, they ruined the team. And I'm just like, I sometimes I'm struggling to understand the thought perspective or the thought process people are having right now over the additions that the Lakers have added. The Lakers legit got a top 12 center in the league. When healthy, and last year in the 5 games that he played, that man he went 6 of 8 from the 3-point line. Now I don't know if he's going to continue that at that pace, right? But if you're telling me the Lakers have a 5-out offense kind of deal where everyone can shoot a 3, especially Walker Kessler, watch out. Watch out. Now until people talking about, oh, where's the defense at? Right? Well, I can't quite say that there's a lot of defense there, but bro, like the players that they picked up are going to help a lot. So they also added Quentin Grimes, 4 years, $60 million. They added Mamu Sandro for 4 years, $52 million. And Colin Sexton, I have no idea how they pulled that off. Colin Sexton, 2 years, $19 million was crazy. I don't know how they did that. I didn't see that. But I know a lot of teams wanted Colin Sexton. But with that being said, Grimes, Sandro, and Colin all have multi-dimensional games. Grimes can play point of attack defense. Grimes can also light it up. Grimes can score. Grimes can facilitate a little bit. Sexton, that goes without saying. He could do all of that as well. And then Mamu. If you saw Mamu last year, you saw a guy that could do multiple things. He could light it up too. I was very happy with what they did. Now, what am I hearing? Oh, it's dogs outside. My bad. I do like what they did. I actually love what they did, and I think that is, it's gonna pay big dividends because here's the gist of everything, right? When you got players like Reeves, Grimes, Mamu, Sexton, and Jaden Hardy now, which again, I'm not saying we're gonna rely on that guy, right? But what they're able to do is now they're able to kind of spell for Luka Doncic, right? Luka doesn't have to play 40 minutes a game. He could probably play 32, 34 now because he has other players that can run the offense. I mean, when you're talking about Luka and Reeves starting and whoever's a 3, 4, and 5, Sexton comes into the game. Grimes comes into the game. Mamu probably comes into the game unless the Lakers, which they're still in the works, apparently this is close to happening, is being able to get Jonathan Kuminga. If they're able to get him, bro, what are we talking about? You add Jonathan Kuminga to this team, like I just don't understand the pullback people have against the Lakers as if they're not any good. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't understand how people can look past the roster that they just built around them and then look at the pieces and look how it spells Luka for a good chunks of games where Luka's not gonna have to play 40 minutes a game. And obviously the defense has, places to go. But I just think with the way Luka played defense last year, I think with Grimes being out there, Mamu isn't a slouch. Kessler protects the rim unlike DeAndre Ayton. I just think that this team is a lot better now, and they're not gonna have the aura or this whole cloud of LeBron James being over the team and shadowing certain elements of this team. I think they now know this is the Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic show, and then they're gonna run off with this, man. Brother Kessler's top 5. Let's not get it twisted. He was averaging 15 and 11 with 3 blocks on 71% true shooting on a bad team with no real point guard. This guy has a better defensive rating than Wemby. Chupacabra. See, that's what I didn't want to oversell him. That's what I said. I think he's top 12 right now. But I think a season with Luka Doncic, give Kessler a healthy season with Luka Doncic, I think he's definitely going to be top 5. Definitely going to be top 5. And I wasn't sold on Kessler early on in his career, but over the last couple of years, I was like, okay. Fortunately, he got hurt. Unfortunately, he got hurt last year, but hey, maybe it worked out in our benefit. Darlene's in the building and said, wow, I didn't get a notification. Yeah, that just proves that YouTube has shadow banned me. Okay, and it just proves that YouTube has shadow banned your boy, and that's fine. That's fine. We're here to have a good time, and whether we're shadow banned or not, it don't matter, right? It don't matter. Okay, here we go. Let me see. I remember I told you before the season ended that Sandro needed to come to LA. People are sleeping on him tremendously. High IQ, shot creator, decent rebounder. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like what the Lakers did this offseason was amazing, bro. They get Jonathan Kuminga. I just don't, and I think here's what it is. I think because me personally, I live in Dallas. A lot of my friends are Mavericks fans. A lot of my Twitter feed is Mavericks fans. I think a lot of them have this jadedness towards anything Luka related or the Lakers related, and they'll like to, dim the light on it. And I'm just like, I don't know how you could realistically look at that and say, oh, they didn't do anything. And then the Lakers added Kevon Looney. My bad. They traded DeAndre Ayton to Washington for Jaden Hardy and 2 second-round picks. And then they added Kevon Looney as the backup center. Now, I thought Ayton as a backup would have been great, but for some reason he got traded. It cleared up $2 million in cap space. Hardy's on an expiring deal. Who knows what could happen? Looney being a backup. I know he was in the Pelicans last year, and I don't think he did that great over there. But I think in a backup role, limited minutes, you got Reeves and Luka there. I think Looney will find a role, right? Like a niche, someone that can. If it wasn't for Looney, the Mavericks would have made the finals in 2022. But Looney is out rebounded everybody, bro. Made it difficult. But I'm interested to see what Kevon Looney could do in 2026. I'm not saying this is a knockout signing, but for a vet minimum at 3.9 mil, a backup, maybe giving you 10 minutes a night, you're not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. As long as those 10 minutes are good minutes, right? Richard Case in the building. What's up, Richard? He says that it's just the stands that are crying because their king was kicked to the curb. Is that what it is too? Because like I said, I'm having a hard time understanding where a lot of this negativity is coming from. There's a lot of negative perspectives and thoughts about what the Lakers have done, and I feel like they had a good offseason, and I might be wrong. Hold on, let me put this up. Lakers offseason grade. Let's go. We'll put out of. Oh, well, we'll do letters, right? No, let's do one out of 10. Let's do 1 out of 10. Because then I would have to put like A plus, B minus, stupid stuff like that. 10.5, 7, 9.5. All right. Y'all let me know how well the Lakers did this offseason. Let me know what y'all think by choosing the prompt options that we got there. I think they did a great job on getting help for Luka and AR. I think so too. So let me see what other notes I got here. So then they drafted Cameron Carr. And if you've seen Cameron Carr, that guy can shoot. There's probably some defensive, he's not that great defensively, but he can shoot. But I think he's gonna be a player. I think he'll be able to get some minutes with the main roster this season for a couple of nights. Let me see what else we got here. Again, Austin Reeves stayed. Walker Kessler signed and trade from Utah. LeBron James out. Ayton to Washington. So as far as the amount of money they have left over, I think they're right at the cap. Let's see. Bro, they got a guaranteed salary of $198 million. That's crazy. So the Lakers still have Jared Vanderbilt. I assume that they're gonna try to leverage Jared Vanderbilt and Don Connect's contract or whomever's contract to go and get Jonathan Kuminga. But, and I understand the defensive concerns. I definitely understand that. But in this league, you know, the defense is just half of the game, as they say. So there were some questions that I seen online, and I ended up grabbing them. So I want to kind of bring them up here. So, like, did the Lakers fail Luka Doncic this offseason, or did they actually give him enough to contend? For me, on that question, on that answer, I feel like they gave him enough to contend. I don't know. I just can't convince myself that they didn't do a decent job in this offseason. With what they had, with the amount of picks they had at their disposal, I thought they did a pretty good job. Another question is, are the Lakers treating Luka like a true franchise centerpiece, or are they still operating like a team stuck between the ears? If you were to ask fans over the last couple of years of the Lakers and how they've been moving, I think they actually done a lot more for Luka in this offseason than they've done for LeBron and Anthony Davis over the last, half decade that they were over there. I think the Jazz purposely sat him for the season because there was a doctor that broke down his injury. He could have been back way early in the season. It wasn't a major injury. They were trying to tank, right? Did the Lakers confuse depth with high-end playoff help? I don't know. I don't think they confused anything. The way I look at the moves that they did, I think they looked at how can they help Luka stay healthier longer. And I think with the players they added there, they'll be able to allow him to sit and get more rest over the duration of the season. One of the questions that come up is like, all right, what are they going to do with Bronny James? And I think they're waiting for LeBron James to eventually pick his landing location and go from there. And once they figure out where he's going to go, I think that's when that team will be calling for Bronny, and the Lakers will have that chip, and they could probably pull a second round pick out of the team that's calling for him, whatever the case may be. But honestly, I'm not mad at Bronny. I think what he showed you in the playoffs, not in the first game, but in the second game against the Rockets, he showed you something that he could play at playoff basketball. Whether it's just to defend or just help dribble the ball, that's one thing. But I think with the team that they have now, they're really not going to need the Bronny services in the playoffs this upcoming season. So maybe it's best to go ahead and trade him, right? Let's go ahead and trade him to wherever LeBron's at and go from there. So that'll do that portion of the Lakers. I'm excited, honestly, for real. I really am excited to see how this team is going to look like, knowing that this is 1,000% Luka's team. Like, finally, right? Finally, we can see a 100% Luka team for the first time since he got traded from Dallas. And I'm excited. I mean, Luka's going to play with Kessler. And I think Kessler is automatically the best center Luka's ever going to play with, or has played with up until this moment. I think Reeves is going to be relieved of not knowing whether he's going to stay or not, and knowing that he's that number 2 guy now. Like, he's part of leading this organization and team with Luka Doncic. And then you got Grimes and Sexton and all these guys that are just going to add to this. And again, if they add Jonathan Kuminga to this, it's just like, it looks nice, bro. It looks nice, dog. It looks nice. All right. I believe Kessler will do very well this season. I know people are worried about him just coming back from an injury last year. And he had plenty of rest. I think he will be fine for sure. So after 4 votes, the Lakers offseason grade, I got 40% saying it's a 10, 40% saying it's an 8.5, and 20% saying it is a 7. Missed my Luka comment. Let me see. Hold on. Did I? Or did it not come through? I feel like some of the comments ain't coming through. One before. Yeah, I think I read this one, right? I think the Jazz purposely sat him. Yeah, I read all that. I read it. 1,000%. Yeah. You wasn't listening, dog. You wasn't listening. Yeah, I read that, bro. I read that. Okay, so one last thing on the Lakers before we move on to the Mavericks. I want to put up another poll question. Lakers potential, right? Top 3 seed, top 5 seed. All right, so for the Lakers' potential this upcoming season, let me know what y'all think they're going to be at, where they're going to rank. And then they're going to be a top 3, top 2, top 5, top 7. I genuinely think they're at the very minimum, like at the very worst, they're top 16. And I think at their very, very best, if they get there, I could see them top 2. I could see them top 2. Yes, I can. I can see that. Okay. So now let's get over here and let's get on to the Mavericks side of things. But before then, it's been a minute. Let's do this one more time. Let's do this one time. Do y'all miss that? Do y'all miss that transition of the Luka live transition? It's been a while, right? It's been a while. I miss it. It reminds me of such a great time during the season. We were killing it on the stream. Everybody was here rooting for Luka. Like, it was a great time. It was a great time. Great time. All right, let's go. Let's begin the Dallas trajectory of these things, and let's get into what the hell? I haven't seen. Oh, there it goes. All right, let's get into the Dallas stuff. Let's go. So as you know, the Mavericks made some moves, man. Not only in the offseason as far as like free agency or in the draft. You know, the Mavericks made some moves. They ended up firing Nico Harrison. They fired Jason Kidd. Well, before they fired Jason Kidd, they hired Masai Ujiri. And then, let me read this comment before we move forward. Everyone forgot how much of a floor riser is. Luka took a bag of Fritos and a used tampon to the finals. Luka does not need much to win. This is arguably Luka's best team. Chupacabra, look, and I'm not trying to go crazy with this stuff, but that's what I be saying, bro. And that's kind of the same thing I'm gonna go with when it comes to the Mavericks and what they have and what Cooper Flag could do for this team, and how there's quite a bit of people like undervaluing what they have and what they could do. So, anyway, I agree, Chupacabra. I agree. But anyway, the Mavs signed Masai Ujiri, among many things, and they ended up firing Jason Kidd. They said it was a mutual split. Fuck ever, whatever, right? He got let go. And now you got Cuban wanting to sue Patrick Dumont, which I kind of saw that happening a mile away. But the Mavericks had quite the offseason. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into that, y'all. Let's get into it. I think we see a Mavs versus Lakers playoff series maybe in the first round. Yeah, the 2 versus the 7 seed. I genuinely think off top, without even getting into all the details of the Mavericks offseason, I genuinely think the Mavericks are like a top 8 seed. Off rip. I think they're a top 8 seed. Anyway. So here we go. And I didn't even get to like who the Mavericks replaced Jason Kidd with, but let's get into it now. Mike Smith, he was hired as the head executive of the team. Dusty May was listed as the head coach. He was signed on as the head coach. Mavericks made some moves there, right? They're like, let's get our head coach in this building. Then the Mavericks ended up drafting Marez Johnson Jr. from Michigan, obviously coached by Dusty May. And tonight he had a pretty solid game. I kind of want to go check that out. Let's check out Marez Johnson Jr.'s game from today. Let's see what the homie did. Hold on. All right, there goes that. Game audio. Switch it to guess that. Game audio. Let me see. Okay. That is it. That works. All right. Let's check out the stats from Morez Johnson Jr., the Dallas Mavericks #1 pick. This is offseason.
It's fun to watch play. I mean, he's 7'9" wingspan, but what a terrific passer.
Oh, I don't like that.
You can
I don't like that one.
Offense through him, but he is a creative passer.
Good cleanup.
Villarreal looks so young.
It does.
Incredibly skilled. Great pass.
And Johnson able to finish it off.
Imagine
Morez
Johnson played with Luka.
Spain was the
But he's 23 years old.
highest draft pick since Jonathan Kuminga was the 7th pick in 2021. And
what they're trying to get him to do is be more diverse in terms of you can shoot.
I just wonder if he's going to be a 4 or a 5 for the
Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Can you play make? Or can you make the game
good
easier
take.
for others?
That's pretty good.
McMillan, good.
Both of them have that potential to be very good for a
Hold
very
up.
long period of time. Nice pass.
And one on the alley-oop at the rim.
We got more highlights.
Get way up there.
Game today, he had 27 points. He was 12 of 17 from the field, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And again, it is Summer League, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not go and overreact. But anyway, with that being said, the Mavericks did have an interesting offseason. Again, they picked up Morez as their big. I don't know if he's going to be the 5 or the 4. They moved from number 30 into number 25, and they ended up getting Sergio de la Rea in a multi-team trade. They selected Toby Lawa with the 48th pick, a Virginia Tech forward. And then they ended up getting Vsevolod Ishchenko. I don't know what the hell I just said. Ryan Nembhard team option was exercised, so they kept him under contract for the next season. Marvin Bagley left for Denver. And then there was a big time 6-team trade that sent Santi Aldama and Marcus Sasser and Tariq Bieberovic to the Mavs, and they sent out Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, 2030 protected first, 2029 second, and 2033 second. That being said, again, their offseason moves from the draft, they added 4 players. As far as what they did in the free agency, they added Santi Aldama from Memphis. They added Marcus Sasser from Detroit. Dallas native. Marcus Sasser is a Dallas native, by the way. Dallas native. Tariq from his rights in Memphis. And then Nembhard stayed. Musa Cisse, it looks like he's still on hold somewhere. That's what they ended up doing. So again, the Mavericks had Kyrie Irving, PJ Washington, Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford, Aldama, Cooper Flagg, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Max Christie, Derek Lively, Morris Johnson, Marcus Sasser, Sergio de la Rea, Ryan Nembhard, Toby, Tariq, and Ishchenko. Now, it's crazy to say that, hey, this team looks nice, bro. It does look nice. I think the Mavericks, if healthy, they are 100% a playoff team, if healthy. And that's and obviously this has been like the running joke with the Dallas Mavericks over the last 3 years now. Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively, if those two guys could stay healthy for at least half of the season, if they could give you 55 games this season, I don't see how they're not a good team. Year 2, Cooper Flagg, you got Aldama, you got Gafford, Klay Thompson's, spotting and shooting, Max Christie, what he was able to do in the improvement that he had last season. You're adding Marcus Sasser. I just think the Mavericks have a really good team. They have a really good team. They got a lot of players, bro, that they're plug and play. They're glue guys, that they got good defense. The Mavericks are a tight squad, and I I'm also not understanding the hate that they're getting. Because I know people want to say, oh, well, it's time to develop. And this, no, develop was last year. That was last year. That was the development they had to do last year. Cooper Flag just needs to improve on his great season, and he will. Dusty May gonna get dusted by Luka. Everyone gets dusted by Luka sooner or later. Back. Have you been single how NBA ready Cameron Carr looks? His jumper is beautiful and his defense potential looks insane. No, he's blocking that. Yeah, I was very impressed with Cameron Carr's shooting ability. Let me pull up some highlights for you. Cameron Carr, Summer League. Gonna pull this up so y'all can see this with me. Let's get to it. Okay. YouTube. There we go. Okay.
Here's Hickey. Interesting player from Australia. Finds the cutter. It's Carr. Mid-range is good.
Like, that's nice.
There you go. Kick to the corner.
Nice.
Good
Swing. Look at this
Carr.
jump shot he has.
Wide open
Nice.
three.
Just a beautiful
That's beautiful
shot.
offense, Saint.
Best
Nice
possession of the
release.
game.
Good
For better
looking.
words, a 2-3 when they didn't have a
It's a
good
good looking
matchup
shot.
there.
It's pure. Look at
Carr
this.
trying to get those 3 points right back. Friendly roll.
And
Shooter's
he has a
touch.
high release. He's
Got
tall
it
as
deep
hell.
on the baseline, the big
Like, I
roll
think he's gonna
from
be
the
a
free
player
throw line,
for
and
sure. I
got
think
the
he's gonna
dunk.
be able to
Carr off
give
the
the Lakers
heads.
a couple
He
of
hits
minutes
the
this upcoming
midi.
season. Cameron
Or
for
zipper
Brooklyn.
action, screen away. That's
Look at
going
this.
up.
Carr all the way to the rim for the 2.
See, he went in there because Golden's out. The big shot
Yeah.
block.
Like, he doesn't look too thin as a forward, right? Like other NBA players look like they're just too thin. They ain't got no
Carr.
muscle on them.
Hits the 3.
Good shooter, though. He's a good shooter, man.
Good.
Like, y'all remember Jaden Hardy, his rookie
Going
year, and
up.
how he was making
And it's
so many.
going in.
Yeah, look at that. Let me get back to my point. I just hope Cooper doesn't have a second-year slump like a lot of the newbies do. And I don't see that. I don't see that coming for Cooper Flag, to be honest with you. I don't see it. I think what he was doing towards the end of last season, that is what you're going to see from year 2 Cooper. And then now having Kyrie, hopefully Kyrie just blends in perfectly with him. I don't know. I think both the Lakers and the Mavericks had great off seasons. I genuinely do. And, you know, I'm one that feels very jaded with the Mavericks. Like, I have a weird relationship now. Like, I'm not like crazy about them, but I'm looking at the roster and I'm just like, they're going to be a fun team to watch. Like, they really are. What's up, man? I'm excited for the Mavs this season. It's even better when we don't have to worry about tanking because the fan base kind of got toxic about it throughout the season. Well, you know, one of the homies in the Twitter group chat that I have, he made a great point. He was like, the Mavericks can't tank anyway because they have no picks. Like, they can't tank and get a high pick off of that. So why would it benefits the Mavericks none to tank anymore? I think I understand the development perspective, but I think the Mavericks can beat up on half of the league, to be honest with you. I think they're like the 19th best team in the NBA. I think they're the 8th best in the West. I like what they did. I definitely really like what they did. And I think they already had a core before Cooper Flag. Once they got rid of Anthony Davis, whatever you got in return, you really ain't getting much. You kind of already traded all the pieces away that you got for Anthony Davis. But at least now you know where you're going moving forward. At least you know it's Cooper Flag's team and you're building around him. Like, if you're a 6'7" forward, you're gonna become a Maverick to play with Cooper Flag. I like what I'm seeing from Morez. Same. We got to see what he does in the league, but I think he has potential. And I like when you think of the Mavericks starting lineup, right? You're thinking Kyrie, you're thinking Max, you're thinking Flag. Who is the 4? Is it going to be PJ Washington? Is it going to be Morez? I still go PJ. And then your 5, is it going to be Derek Lively. I don't know. But that's kind of like the same team you had last year, but this time you have Kyrie. And I think having Kyrie, and if he is who they are saying, what the Mavericks are saying, their Mavericks are saying he is like, it's like watching Picasso paint. That's what literally Dusty May said the other day. If that's the Kyrie we're getting, then you're already a way better team. If the Suns call and say they want Cameron Carr in a swap, are you doing that trade? Cameron for Booker? I don't even think the money would work, but yes, you take Booker over Cam. Cam Carr's long ass spider arms make him look taller than what he is. He's only 6'5". That's crazy. That's very, yeah. He's just, I guess he has a really high jump shot. I guess he gets up there. Sergio Handle sucks ass, shoot bad today, but the passing and processing skills there. I mean, I gotta look this up. Let me see. Mavericks Summer League. Let's see if we got any highlights from today's game. Oh, we do. We do. Let's look at the Mavericks Summer League highlights from today. Let's check it out. This guy sound?
Dusty, and he also said Morez is responsible for the first group dinner since he was drafted.
Let's take a look at
the
all
trio.
this.
That dinner will take place in Vegas
Nemhard.
this week. Yaxel told me he's going to get the most expensive.
I don't think we're getting what I want out of this. For now, I think Morez should be a 5 until his shot gets improved. That's tough. I don't know. I don't know, because like now are we thinking Gafford is not gonna play or is not gonna start? Like, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotten to the point where if Morez is gonna be your 5, what do you do with Lively and Gafford? You know? Because I start thinking like, damn, what role does he really have? Morez, you know? You might see Coop at the 2 a lot. Who'd be at the 3? Najee? See, that's the thing. Like, it is kind of, all right, this is the pullback here. Healthy Mavericks, I think they're a top 8 seed. But I think Dusty May, being a college coach, I think he's going to be able to wrap his brain around his team and put people where they need to be. Personally speaking, I think Flag should be a 4 just because of what he could do. I don't think there's going to be 4s that could guard him regardless. And I know they're going to still put 3s on him. But I think that makes it very difficult for a team to keep up. So let me see. Let me see this Mavericks roster. Hold on. Marcus Sasser. Where does he come into play? Santi Aldama. What am I talking about? I forgot we got Santi Aldama. Oh, come on. What are we talking about, bro? Hold on. You have a starting lineup of Kyrie, Max, Santi, or Cooper Flag, whatever. Santi Aldama at the 4 or the 3. Who cares? And you just hope that Derek Lively is good. That's a good team. What are we talking about? And then on the bench, you got Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall, Morez, Marcus Sasser, Ryan Nemhard. Are we being for real right now? Hold my latte. I'm glad Hold my latte's here. Starting lineup: Kyrie, Max, Coop, PJ, Gafford, because Lively probably won't be playing the first game. I think Santi starts over PJ. Even though I think PJ is better, I just think Santi starts because he could stretch the floor. And I think when you have more 3-point shooters, it's going to make you more deadly as a team. Versus PJ, you just can't rely on his shot. Oh, the Mavericks got a squad, bro. I'm even more convinced now that they have a squad. And say Derek Lively's hurt. All right, cool. You got Gafford and Morez at the 5. You got Santi and PJ at the 4. You got Cooper and Najee at the 3. You got Max and Klay at the 2. And then you got Kyrie and Ryan at the... Are y'all kidding? Where does Marcus Sasser even come into play in this? Wow. Wow. I'm actually even more surprised about this Mavericks roster. Mavericks are going to the playoffs, though. They're going to the playoffs. Mavs need to trade Lively for a bag of chili burrito at this point. That man looks like he's in his 20th year the way he's moving. It's sad, bro. It's sad to see that, though. I just watched Lakers summer game. None of the Mavs as yet. Unless PJ's move, Morez gets to start. You think Morez starts over PJ? No, you're crazy, Latte. PJ and Coop occupy the same place a lot. It's the same space a lot, and it didn't work. I just assumed they're going to move him this offseason. I think PJ still has value to this team off the bench. Off the bench, for sure. I feel the Mavs could play 5 out with Morez, Santi, Coop, Max, Kyrie to close out the game. That'd be a nasty 5. Hot take. Derek Lively is a modern day Greg Oden. Trade that man for a pack of Zins and some syringes for the peptide stock. Oh man, not for the peptide stack. I'll trade Derek Lively for Retta, for Tessa Moreland, for a year supply of Retta, Tessa Moreland, Motzi, and the Wolverine stack for sure. I'll trade Derek Lively for a year supply of that for sure. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the Lakers roster. Okay, so if we look at the Lakers roster, you got Luka, Reeves. No, you got Luka at the 1. I'm gonna say Sexton is the Luka's backup. Got Reeves at the 2. Quinn Grimes is backup. You got, I'm going to assume you got Jonathan Kuminga at the 3 and Jake LaRavia as his backup. You got Sandro Mamu at the 4. Now this is where it gets tough, because I think they're gonna have to trade Vanderbilt to get Jonathan Kuminga. That's where it's like, all right, who's the backup there? And then you got Walker Kessler and Kevon Looney. That's still a tough team. You just don't have like a backup for, to be honest with you, for the Lakers. The Mavericks literally have a spot for everyone. The Mavericks have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got like a 12-man rotation if they wanted to. A legit 12-man. 13 if you have Caleb Martin. Mavericks have a good squad, bro. Mavs don't make the finals in 2024 without Lively. Of course, and that is why we put so much value on Lively. If Lively could be healthy, this team would be amazing. But you can't rely on that man. He has been the most unreliable player on the Mavericks over the last 3 years. Mavs need to clear a roster spot anyway, and PJ is kind of blocking Morez development right now as much as I do love PJ. That's the battle, bro. That's the battle. Do you want to develop and potentially improve another team's draft lottery position, or do you want to just put a good team together and see what they could do? And by doing that, you keep PJ, you know? If I were JJ, I would test out Vando at the 3 if they don't end up getting the come bucket. No, honestly, no, Vando at the 3 won't work. It didn't work last year. In spurts, it worked, but Vando can't shoot a 3. That's his problem. That is his problem. Huh. That's crazy, bro. What an insane offseason. And I think there's still more moves to be done. I honestly don't even think it's over. I think the Mavericks still got a move or two to make. I think the Lakers still have a move to make. And Jonathan Kuminga, like, who knows where this goes? Who knows where this goes? I don't know. Morez being the bench, since he could play the 5 in his press, he kept saying his switchability is his best feature about him. Then that's tough. That's tough because it's like, do you want to move Gaffer? Do you want to move Lively? Because like Lively's not going to be able to demand a big contract. If Lively gets signed, he's going to sign for a really, really team-friendly deal. It should allow you to keep Gafford. Like, I think having Gafford is great. But they immediately start developing Morez. I don't think that should be the thought process, because I don't even think, I don't know, bro. I just think it's so soon to think that far ahead about Morez Johnson Jr. right now. I think it's so soon to pitch him in as the starting five for this team moving forward. I hope Lakers get Rui back. I thought he did great last season. Well, Darlene, he is with the Clippers officially. He has signed with the Clippers. He is officially gone and out of the way. He will not be coming back, unfortunately. But I agree though. Dusty May likes his team to be diversity. If the Mavs move Gafford, since he really doesn't fit Dusty May's offensive system, the coach plays fast pace and shoots threes. Okay. Well, Homa Latte, I appreciate that. That is insight I did not have, that I was not privy to. So if that is the case, then I don't know. I'm questioning the Mavericks and how they're going to look like this upcoming season. It's fun though. This is fun, man. I think with the Mavericks, I think they still got another deal to make. I definitely see that happening, whether it's PJ or Gafford, or hell, maybe even both. I could see that. I don't know. That's the one thing about this NBA is you just never know what is going to happen. Hear me out. They should give Chris Manning a shot at the starting three. That man looks like a demon on defense. Is Chris Manning available? I don't know that. Well, anyway, y'all, it's been your boy TGK. I've been live for what seems like almost an hour. Just wanted to talk about the offseason moves between the Lakers and the Mavericks. Again, I will continue to cover the Lakers and the Mavericks this upcoming season. I will do watch-alongs. We will do Luka lives. We will do Cooper watches. We will be live. I'll have a new setup by then. I'll be moving out of this apartment, unfortunately. I really like this one, but I'm trying to save some money. But yeah, man. So we'll be back. We'll be live more often. I think I could bring back Midnight Madness. I want to bring Marcel on. I want to bring Eni on. I want to bring JB on, and just kind of talk about the Mavericks moves and where they are. We might do that Saturday night. We might go live Saturday night, but like at 10 p.m. and stay on until midnight and just talk shit to each other back and forth. Because if our group chat is one thing, then our back and forths on live would be a whole nother monster. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all being here. Happy to see everybody again. I do like Carr as well. He looks like a very good player for the Lakers. They got good pieces. Hope he develop into a much better player. I also like the signing for the Lakers too. Yeah, I like Cameron Carr. I'm very impressed with him so far. Great to see you live again, TJ. Homa Latte. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You too, man. You too. I hate the Lakers not giving DeRozan a shot on the bench for the vet minimum. He's a tough shot maker and can be our Sean Livingston. No. Is DeMar DeRozan willing to take the vet minimum? And then could the Lakers still find a way to get Jonathan Kuminga on that trade? Because they are talking to the Hawks. The Hawks seem interested to do the signing trade. Interesting. Right? Interesting. So imagine you add DeRozan and Jonathan Kuminga. You literally solve your four. You solve your four issue, and then you got a backup three. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. Wow. The Lakers should be all in on that if it were me. That's right, TGK. Save money for them peptides. Yeah, bro. WTGK. Appreciate you. Hold my latte. Darlene, thank you as well. TGK, I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. See you later. See you later as well. Y'all have a good one, man. Appreciate y'all watching. It's been your boy TGK. Leave that like, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. And salute the Prize Picks for sponsoring the channel today. Not a fan of Kuminga, but he's the best leftover free agent available. I agree. And I think he and Luka would make make magic happen on the court. DeRozan's so nice. I hate that Twitter shits on him. Well, it's because of the Drake effect. Anyway, y'all, it's been your boy TGK. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Adios. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.